Okay, so today I wanted to talk about 6 reasons of why you may not want to move to Wichita. I've got the MLS pulled up here so I can look at a couple of the first ones I wanted to talk about. So, one, I hear from buyers coming into town here that our taxes are higher. So, yes, they are. So, with that said, and I know the one I'm referring to was Arizona recently. So, let's just kind of take a peek. Obviously, everybody's taxes have gone higher with the appreciation going out of control. But again, this is just from folks coming into our town. So, okay, let's look at a $450,000 house. And this would be a new build. So, and this actually comes to number one and two. These are two out of the 6 reasons I'm going to talk about. Is I've got another buyer coming in from out of state, interested in new builds, and they had already learned that the number two reason is that we have specials. So let me blow this up since this happens to be a good start. The MLS, these are just ones that are all on the market that just kind of went on the market. I'm just going to pick a couple. We can look at the taxes and the price points. So this would be a new build. 2023 is what it said above. And so we've got the total specials, which actually seem kind of low. A lot of times I see 40,000 in here. Just closed on a house yesterday, was it? Or the day before? And that was in the $500,000 range, about 550, 560, 70, so right in there. And that was, I believe, it could probably be around. And the same subdivision was about 42,000, and that was a couple of years back. And that was the specials. So when you're seeing this particular subdivision, Goddard, it's actually the one I just mentioned is not far from it, but they're different price points. This is again this house. These are getting to the this is 450. Okay, Casado. Those ones tend to go. They're starting at maybe 250, 280 in the 300s. I got some buyers looking at that. So 450 is a little on the higher side for this particular subdivision. But so check out this. So what specials are, so in the taxes we don't really have at this point on a new build. So we'll look at that in a second. So again, one and two, taxes I told are higher, and then Kansas has specials. Other states do not have specials. And what this is when a new build area is being constructed, a builder is putting the infrastructure in, so the streets, the lights, the electrical, sidewalks, and then they add that on to. I guess from what I understand, in Texas they add that onto the price of the lot, but here they add it to over a 20-year period. So if you have the house, for let's say you buy a new house, you have the specials. And the specials, like in this case, it's showing 15. I ballpark number. So when you say 1524, so let's call it 1500 divided by 12. Yeah, that didn't work out. 1500 divided by 12, $125 a month. So tack that on to and that goes on for 20 years and then it goes away. If you do have your house for 10 years and let's say sell it 10 years later, that would go to the next purchaser. So you would see here, and this is why when we sell houses, we have people sign the taxes, the separate taxes, not, this is the MLS listing, but and it will show like how many specials are left on that particular house and then what is owed during that particular year, of course, divided by 12. In this case, it's 1524 divided by 12, so we came up with $125. And when it's brand new and houses aren't built yet, the builder a lot of times will have kind of an estimated taxes, like a sheet that they'll have in their model homes or online that they can share with you as well. So, and then, so you have 21, almost $22,000 left over the duration of the 20 years. Since this is brand new, that would be the full amount of specials. In 10 years from now, this number could be saying like 10,000. So then that person would be spending, $125 more for the next 10 years. Not in this market, but when it's more of a buyer's market, this stuff can get negotiated where you're saying, kind of how you ask for, hey, I want you to pay my closing costs. Hey, will you pay off the specials? To where you can almost kind of say, what area, what pocket do you want paid off? But of course, specials, the great thing about it is you're in a new subdivision, a new area. So I guess, in Texas, what this would say to me is that the lot would be $22,000 more. So anyways, that is what we do here in Kansas. So the newer builds or newer sections, I'll have buyers say, oh, I want to look for something like 10 years old so there's not much specials on it or that there's no specials left on it. Sometimes, people might want to pay more off of the specials. Maybe if they're planning on living there for the 20 years or something like that, or they have the extra money, who knows? Or when they go to sell it, that is just a more attractive house to look at. Just kind of depends. But anyways, that's kind of your 101 on what specials are here in town here. So let's check out, the taxes won't be shown really in this because it's a new build. So let's go back, find another one, look at taxes just to kind of give you, let's go to a 400, let's go Valley Center, that would be a newer house too. Tyler's Landing, let's go there. Okay, so this one is 350, 49.9, 350,000. So let's check out the taxes on this. So not bad, about 3,000. So that's showing you here. You're seeing the taxes on this house, about 29.76, and you see zero specials except yearly specials are 838. It used to be 780. We see that on all the houses, and so very nominal. That's after the 20-year mark, and once in a blue moon, I do see that there's some extra specials added somewhere. If the city came in and did something, it might be tacked on for a couple of years or something like that. But I don't want to get too much into it. So 3,000 taxes on this 350K house. It's a 2005. And yeah, let's check out another one just to see. You can kind of compare it to taxes are where you live. Let's check. Oh, Andover. Andover does have higher taxes. So let's check this one out. I get asked by buyers a lot, we want to live in Andover because of the schools are great over there, but we want to live in the Wichita taxed area. So there's a little sliver, the home could be a little older there in that little section, but there's a little sliver, which is Andover schools, Wichita taxes. And so we do get that request. In fact, one of my buyers in February, I think landed in that little spot too, in a really nice subdivision area. So let's check out taxes here. Yeah, as you can see, $4,700, $4,716.78. So, and it's funny, I sold a house over in Andover. Gosh, it was about a year ago, and was just helping back, the guy buy another house, and he'd been renting for a while due to his situation. And so I had to go back and tell him when he was looking at taxes on the house he was about to buy. He's like, wow, those taxes are high. And I said, well, before he even asked, I went into his house, looked at the taxes and sent that. I said, hey, your old house in Andover, here's what the taxes are. And so he couldn't believe it. So it was really no brainer, because it's like, he's like, I can't believe they're paying that much for taxes at his old house. I'm like, yeah, but you would be paying those if you hadn't sold the house at that time. So it made the conversation easier for him to swallow the new taxes on the house he was purchasing. But yeah, Andover, as you can see, $4,700. And look at the date of this house is a 2004 year built. So that's a good explanation of what happens in Andover, but it's a very desired area, regardless of the taxes. And let's try to do one more. Cloverleaf, that's the newer build that I was just talking. That's the four. Yeah, that's the one we were just looking at. Central Park. Let's see, Ridgeport. Let's go check out this patio garden homes. 2002. Okay, so this is a 2002, $300,000, 2002. Let's check out the taxes. I'll blow this up. So we're looking at 2,800 in taxes there. So, anyways, hopefully, yeah. But to just check that to the city, state that you live in, and here's Reflection Ridge. That's the Let's do one more. 2004, a 300K house. The other one was a patio home. Reflection Ridge is a great community. And this one's 3,700. So the patio home was probably smaller, but a smaller lot, but for 2004. And interesting, this doesn't have yearly specials. Usually I do see yearly specials on that. I mean, at the $8 range that I mentioned before. So anyway, that's some taxes. And then specials, we talked about that. So yes, Kansas has specials if you are looking for a new build community. The other thing, let me go to number 3 then. these aren't in any particular order. I'm saying this next one because it's close to new builds, and we just talked about new builds. So new construction, um, this was from a Texas person that's looking out here right now, that they were shocked that we only had a 1 year warranty. And I got a good Texas realtor friend that I talk to on a consistent basis. And so, yeah, they have 10-year warranties. Now, don't get me wrong. I bet it's like the first year is the big one with all the bells and whistles. And the next 9 years are probably like, who knows? I was doing a little research on it, but this just says key elements covered by a builder's warranty, structural components, typically covers repairs of structural elements, foundation, load-bearing walls, roof, materials, and artistry. Ensures that it meets specific standards and any defects in systems and appliances. Replacement of essential, systems. So a lot of times the appliances may be an allowance type of thing. Electrical, plumbing, heating, cooling, as well as appliances that are installed by the builder. But anyway, yeah, I just the house I closed on earlier was a new build a couple days ago, and I loved it. In that case, this is just extra information. The builder, in that case, the builder had a third party that did the warranty, so that was great in that case. Okay, I forgot to put the microphone on, so hopefully you can hear me. So yeah, new builds only have a 1 year warranty here. In fact, I talked to there's one person, we have 300 agents here, and there's one agent that sells a lot of new builds, and I asked her about it, and she's like, I've never heard of a 10-year warranty, and even I have. So all you have to do, I think, is watch HGTV, and you hear of a 10-year warranty. So yeah, Texas, and they said it was by law. So yeah, so our new builds here in Wichita, Kansas, have a 1 year warranty, not a 10-year warranty. So that's number 3. Let's go on to number 4. Again, I'm going to speak on Texas in comparison to Texas, that we have state taxes. Kansas has state taxes. And funny enough, maybe because I was doing this video, I do my estimated quarterly taxes, doing that I'm self-employed. And I just paid them yesterday, kind of a month earlier, just because I had a couple closings. I'm just I just want to get it paid, get it off my book, so it doesn't look like I can spend it on anything. But yeah, we have Kansas taxes. I was talking to my realtor friend, and she pays them all like late, way in the year, gets extensions. We all operate differently, and I was sending her the how I do it, like the IRS online payment. And then I said, but you'll have to look for your Texas one. She's like, oh, we don't have Texas state taxes. Lucky you. Somehow I'm sure they pay for it somewhere else. But yeah, Kansas, we have state taxes. And then, okay, so next one, insurance. Insurance is higher here. This is from my Arizona buyer. So insurance is higher here. Now, here's what we say is many years, we were able to get roofs covered because, of course, we have tornadoes, we have hail. It's really the hail that we get a lot of. And for many years, I was shocked with all the roofs that were covered by the insurance companies. Now, as of 2019, we started hearing from the roofers that one particular insurance company, I won't mention it here, but feel free to call me, I'll tell you. And I will mention it with my clients. That it was fighting. The roofers were fighting, and I happen to have a 19 a seller that had that particular roof insurance, and so that's when we started seeing it. So then 2020, and it's gotten stricter over the times, even with other insurance companies. So yeah, in fact, I switched companies, and one of my recent sellers did have to pay for a roof, and they chose to pay for the full roof at the end of the day. And it was much more expensive than what I was used to seeing. So, and they happen to, funny enough, have that same insurance company that I was referring to. So, I tend to stay away from it, but yeah, so the roofer, when I had that conversation, this was only within the last 6 months. He gave me a list of, well, this one are stricter, but these ones are pretty decent. They've been covering, from their experience, that they've been covering roofs. Because back in the day, it was just from a hailstorm, the roofer would go out the adjuster, and if they were able to tie in a hailstorm with that particular house in that area, then the insurance would cover it. So even one I had, I was like, oh, 20 years? No, that's not going to get covered. I can't imagine. It was covered. So it shocked me. And the last one I was just speaking of, that I think the roof was $13,000, where usually I was seeing, like, for that kind of size roof, maybe nine-ish, even under, but I don't want to say that much less. Let's call it 9 or 10. So 13 was kind of high to see. So yeah, you really want an insurance company that's going to most likely cover your roof with as much hail as we get here. And so, like in Arizona and California, when I lived there, I'm assuming it's cheaper because you just don't have the insurance companies aren't covering as much as you are here with hailstorms. But there, you're going to be paying your own roof every time. We're here, a lot of times the insurance companies. I was 100% for many, many, many years, and now lately it's changed a little bit. So keep that in mind. So insurance is more expensive here. I think I'm at that point that was like $1,000. She said insurance, and I think when they got here, it might have been 3,500. I don't know. A lot of times the insurance companies won't tell me. Not that my buyers tell me either, unless I ask. But it's more just to kind of let my future clients be more aware. But yeah, $1,000 is what they're paying for their Arizona house. So here, and it might have been 2,500. So don't get me wrong, 2,500 to 3,500. But that kind of shows you, yeah, we're higher. But there's a reason for that. And I think here, just to my last one, a little bit off topic, these are all new ones I haven't spoken about in my previous videos, is I still always go back to, it's so windy here that I can't wear skirts. Or I gotta say wear a certain kind of skirts, or I gotta really check the weather. That is it would be number 6 of why not to move to Wichita. So yeah, let me just go over the list one more time. Taxes are higher. We do have state Kansas taxes, where other states, lucky you do not have them. We have specials for new builds here. Don't worry, you are paying for that on the lot in the other states, as my Texas guy said, and they always find a way. Insurance is higher here. Like I was explaining, we have a lot of hailstorms. I'm not even counting the tornadoes. And the next one is you can't wear skirts, 5. And then 6 is that new builds only have a 1-year warranty, not a 10-year warranty. Anywho, if you have any questions, thanks for watching. Hopefully that gives you an idea of, if you consider those things before moving to Wichita. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.